People shame people. It's a protective mechanism. You make people feel bad, so you make yourself feel good. Society does not like people drinking too much, doing drugs. You know, the guy who's overdosed under the bridge, if he'd been allowed to go to a centre, given a clean needle, and had 2 shots a day, everybody wins, and he's alive. It's exactly the same. It's just it's drug, there's the stigma. The shaming bit is where you look at him and go, you scumbag, you're foul, and you're probably going to rob me, and all that kind of stuff. I felt appalling drinking. It was a conflict. I didn't like it, I needed it. I didn't like it, I needed it. I hated throwing empty bottles out of the window. I was more ashamed of going home, putting the noise of the bottles into a metal dustbin. So I was shaming myself. And that's what we do when we know we have a moral compass. We know what is right or wrong. So we just shame ourselves. And I shamed myself and I felt guilty. And so I would lie about going shopping. I would hide it. You know, people, we had that conversation yesterday about this friend of yours who said to his partner, I'll be home on Friday. And he came back a day early. He was quite happy to lie to get his fix, you know, and it's that kind of thing. There would have been some shame there. It is so pervasive because we feel bad for what we're doing because we're out of control, but we need to do it. Going back to you, if you were given that chocolate, you wouldn't had to steal. You wouldn't have felt bad for stealing. Shame goes away. How I work with people, it's understanding that at that stage when I was doing this with the bottles, that was the best I could. When I'm able to look at that from a different perspective and understand why I was doing it, and then choose not to do that again, I've opened the windows on the shame and let the light into it. Once you can start taking that away, it becomes easier to forgive yourself or to understand that it was just poor behavior. You're not a bad person. It's a really softly, gently approach. It's realizing that you don't need to shame yourself because it doesn't help. It just makes you feel crap and worthless. But again, all we've discussed here is the outcome of what caused it. You felt unsafe growing up. You found a coping strategy. So your brain did this, your body did this, your heart did this. You knew it was wrong, but you did it because you needed to survive. When we start to address the stuff behind the pain, as Gabor Mate calls it, we can look at the outcome, which is the dependency, and we can dissipate it.